So where do you see future opportunities in the consumer goods market?
So we see wearables continuously being interesting. If we go a bit more into the, call it, AI space, of course, data centers are a driving market. And
Hi, I'm Steve Plum, Editor-in-Chief of SME Media. I'm here today with Fabian Alefeld, Director of Business Development for EOS.
correct.
Thanks for joining us. We're at CES 2026 in Las Vegas at the SME Advanced Manufacturing Showcase. Have you been to CES before?
No, this is our first time. It's been great so far.
So EOS focuses on 3D printing, mainly for industrial markets, aerospace defense, automotive, medical devices.
Correct.
But this gives you an opportunity to really dive more deeply into consumer goods. And we have some of those here.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the opportunities and how it differs from some of the other applications?
Sure. So, as you mentioned correctly, we've been in the industry for 35 years, starting with automotive, but then really all the way until 2 years ago, our main markets, and still are today, defense, space, medical, are really high performance applications. But as the productivity of our machines really improved significantly over the past 2 years, we launched a new system in late 2025 called the M4 Onyx, which is even 40% more productive than the previous system. We now find ourselves in a space where we are actually cost competitive with conventional manufacturing technologies for consumer electronics and adjacent applications.
So as additive manufacturing has ramped up over the years and commercialized, going from prototyping, getting up to scale has been a big feat, big challenge.
Yeah.
But looking at these watch cases, you were mentioning earlier how many you can produce, and it was amazing. How fast?
Yeah.
How many can you produce?
Well, so these are actually produced on our smallest machine. These are close to 800 watch housings, printed in under 24 hours, which makes it close to a minute a piece. If we were to scale it up to our industrial systems, like the one that I just talked about, the one we just launched, you would even be 40% more productive than those numbers that I just mentioned. And therefore, we're really pushing down cost. We're increasing productivity. We're adding automation equipment to the system, so we have true lights out production, and that all now makes it attractive for this market.
And normally it was a cast material.
Yeah, previously these are either casted or MIMed and then post machines.
Sure.
And you can now replace those conventional processes with direct metal printing via laser particle fusion.
So when were these launched?
So the machine was launched in November 2025. We're obviously not able to talk about any end user applications. These are designs that our team created to showcase the capabilities of the technology.
So not only speed, but also cost. You're driving down, and as you add more automation, I imagine the opportunity expands even beyond that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and also not to forget about the polymer technologies as well. Also here, costs are continuously coming down, productivity is increasing. That's why we also see the drone sector becoming really interesting, especially also when we talk about reshoring activities, the agility that's still needed to produce drones, but stay agile in design. You can't lock yourself into an injection molding process but then change the design in 2 weeks. It's not possible. And that's where especially industrial additive technologies really allow manufacturers to maintain the agility but ramp up scalability.
So where do you see future opportunities in the consumer goods market?
So we see wearables continuously being interesting. If we go a bit more into the, call it, AI space, of course, data centers are a driving market, and therefore here cooling units from liquid cooling to also two-phase cooling to edge devices that needs on-site cooling. We see a lot of interest there. I mentioned the drone sector, but also protective equipment. So if you think about additive, especially the industrial technologies, you can create lattice structures and high performance materials for housings, for protective equipment, like I mentioned. So the applications are really, really broad, and we're just starting to open up that completely new Easter egg of consumer products.
So, with the volume of consumer products, I imagine that will help test out future products for aerospace and defense, or different technologies, possibly different materials.
Well, interestingly enough, we started in the defense space, and now we see those applications to trickle down into the consumer space as they become more affordable, right? There is, of course, a benefit of scale, right? So and it's not really if, but when we see even broader adoption in the consumer space, that will also benefit the defense and the aerospace contractors, because you will see economies of scale doing their thing.
All right, well, great. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.